Hello, beautiful people. Thank you so much for tuning in, watching, and listening. This is going to be the mid-January 2023 reading for the zodiac sign of Leo. As always, my readings are very intuitive, so I'll provide you with any intuitive messages that I receive, as well as the meaning of the tarot cards. I do, however, recommend you check out your sun, moon, and rising just to get a full picture of everything that's going on for you this month. And if you haven't done so already, please do subscribe to my YouTube channel. When you subscribe, that helps me greatly, and you'll be notified when I post new content. But let's go ahead and jump in and get started. In column number 1, we're going to take a look at what's wrapping up and coming to a close, so last few weeks or month. Column number 2, we're going to take a look at what's coming in general for the remainder of January. We're going to do a money column, a love column, and the 5th and final column, we're going to do a message from our future self or spirit guides. I'm going to use an old deck, so for those of you that have watched for a long time, you'll see it, and then somebody did send me this new deck as a thank you, so thank you for that. So a couple new cards, a couple old cards. We're also going to do 3 yes or no questions, a crystal of the month, and a healing note. But again, let's go with column number 1. Take a look at what we have here as a summary card for what's wrapping up and coming to a close. We have the card, I am free. This is interesting, Leo. I really do feel like you've been set free from something. Maybe you've left a job, left a relationship, paid off a debt. There's a really freeing sense though coming, and like in the most positive way. So I like to see that. Let's see what messages come underneath this card here. Okay. The first card that we have is the Page of Swords. The Page of Swords is very curious. It's about finding out more information. It can be kind of a gossipy or drama card, but for the most part, this is again about finding out information. This is coming through as finding out some sort of truth. Potentially you got some information that you needed to be free here. The next card we have is the 3 of Coins, or the 3 of Pentacles. This is a card of collaboration, a card of communication. This is finding out information from somebody else. It could be a card of partnering, but again, this is like communication, collaboration. So I do again think you found out some sort of information in these last few weeks. At the bottom here, we have the 4 of Cups. The 4 of Cups has a couple very opposite meanings. One meaning is like a feeling of a lack of fulfillment or a feeling of apathy. In some cases, many of you could be getting set free from those feelings though, which is wonderful. This can also be a card of surprise gifts though. So something, some sort of gift that you were not expecting. Let's go ahead and clarify though and see what messages we have here, Leo. Really nice round of clarifiers here. Up first, we have the Fool. The Fool is the first card in the Major Arcana. This is a card of this is a card of fresh hope, new beginnings, new adventures, taking chances. It's kind of a fresh start. So whatever that we're letting go or being freed from is opening the door to this new beginning. This truth could have unlocked something too. Perhaps this truth put something to rest, or we were able to come to terms with it or heal from it or find peace in it. But this truth, this information, again, was an enabler of some sort. The next card that we have is the 7 of Pentacles. The 7 of Pentacles is a card of waiting. It's delayed success, it's patience. You see this person planted their pentacles and then they're waiting for them to grow. With the 3 of Coins, or the 3 of Pentacles, I feel like you were waiting for this information. You were waiting to get set free. You're waiting for this new beginning. However, it seems like we're done waiting now. Again, you were waiting for it though. And then next up we have the Sun card. The Sun card is a card, in terms of good card in the tarot deck, it really doesn't get much better than the Sun card. The Sun card's a card of material happiness, joyous outcomes, success, really all things wonderful here with the Sun. And I like to see this again. For some of you, you were feeling apathy, you were feeling a lack of fulfillment, and now it's the opposite with this new beginning, this being set free, this moving on, this communication of this information that you found out. So not bad looking last few weeks there for you, Leo. Now let's go and jump in and take a look at our next column though, which is just general what's happening for the remainder of January. We have the card, I Will Hope. Something that we need to stay focused on, continue to hope for. And I'm going to take this a step further. Rather than just hoping for it, we need to like expect and anticipate the results that we want. But let's see what messages we get here, Leo. Okay, first up we have the Two of Swords. The Two of Swords is a card oftentimes of making a decision. So anytime we have two of something on a card, it can be an indicator of a decision that needs to be made. This can also be a card of compromise. I'm going to clarify and see what direction this takes. But even if we are in a situation where we feel like we're compromising, again, you need to be anticipating or expecting or desiring the results that you want. The next card that we have is the Ace of Wands. Anytime we have an Ace card, it's a card of newness. With the case of Ace of Wands, this is new project, new inspiration, new urge to create. This seems to be tying back into that new beginning we were talking about. Again, we're free from something and now we have the opportunity to pick up something new. This could be the decision to move forward with something new. Or again, this path may not be exactly what you thought it would be. But you need to like hold out hope or again have that expectation that this is going to become what you want it to be here, Leo. The next card that we have is the Eight of Cups. The Eight of Cups is always a good one. This is about going from good to better. It's progression, it's advancement, it's the grass is greener on the other side. It's about withdrawing, with retreating, moving on. But that's again this going after this new beginning. So I have a feeling this new beginning might not look exactly the way you were hoping it to with the Two of Swords, but I think it's important to go after it anyways. Let's see what clarifiers we have here though. First we have the Ten of Swords. The Ten of Swords is kind of a dark and gloomy card. You see the sky is dark. This person's laying down flat with all the swords stuck into them. These are just kind of your feelings because again, this opportunity maybe is not coming in the shape, form that you thought it would. So again, these are kind of those feelings of compromise. The next card that we have is the King of Pentacles. The King of Pentacles, though, is about being solid, practical, and wise. It does seem like this is still a solid, practical, wise move. One thing with the King of Pentacles, too, this can be a good investment. So if this new opportunity involves money in some way, shape, or form, the King of Pentacles is usually a really good investment opportunity. So again, it's not coming in the way that you anticipated, but I think it's still going to be really promising. And at the bottom here, we have the Lovers card. The Lovers card is, of course, a card of love. It's a card of partnership, deep love, strength together. Some of you could be entering into a new relationship. This could be an advancement of relationship. Again, some of you could definitely be leaving a relationship. But going back to what I mentioned earlier, anytime we have two of something on a card, it does indicate a decision. So I think this, again, is that decision of, are we going to go forward or not? And the Eight of Pentacles says yes. Withdrawal, retreat, move on. Okay, now let's take a look at our next column, Leo, which is anything related to money. I'm going to pull just kind of like a tips, tricks, guidance card to start with. Whether you receive money with a frown or a smile, it does not change the value of it. However, the energy you hold during the time you spend with money can determine what it can do for you. So in this column, we're going to talk about anything related to money. Think job, career, finances, businesses you run, investments you have, whatever you associate with money. First up, we have the Knight of Coins, so the Knight of Pentacles. This is very reliable, very patient, very hardworking. The Knight of Coins, Knight of Pentacles, just goes so nicely in the money column. Really, pretty much most of the Pentacle cards go well in the money column. But this is saying you need to keep working hard towards something. I like the Knight of Coins, though, because when I see this, it's typically receiving the benefits of your hard work. So I like to see this because, again, you're not just putting in hard work for no reason. It's accumulating to something. So stay reliable, stay hardworking. The next card that we have is the Ace of Cups. Anytime we have an Ace card, it's a card of newness. In the case of Ace of Cups, this is typically new baby, relationship, proposal, marriage. I know we're talking about money, so let's focus in on a couple of those words. New relationship. I would expect some sort of new relationship. This could be coworker, boss, mentor, financial guidance counselor, you name it. This could also be in terms of proposal. I know you think proposal like engagement, but this could also be like a new business proposal or a new opportunity. So it does seem like something new is coming up. And I'm going to say it's likely because the hard work you've been putting in, of course, with that Knight of Coins at the top. Then here at the bottom we have the World card. The World card's the last card in the Major Arcana. It's a card of completing a goal, completing a lesson. The world has come full circle. Something is complete. This makes sense though, because anytime we have a ending, we have a new beginning. So nice pairing with the Ace of Cups and the World card. Does seem like we're coming up on something new here. At the top, in terms of clarifiers, we have the Six of Swords. The Six of Swords is a card of necessary transition. I know this card looks a little gloomy. Everybody's facing away from us. Their heads are hanging down. The boat has swords in it. But if you look, the boat is heading in a forward, positive direction. So this is about going through a necessary transition. This could actually be physically moving or relocating. So you could be traveling for work or actually relocating for work. But this transition looks good. We're like, it's a stepping stone. We're moving on to something new. The next card that we have is the Seven of Wands. The Seven of Wands is a card of protecting ourselves against competition, feeling like we have to defend ourselves. I think there could be some competition for this new beginning, or even like competition to get connected with the person. Like maybe you have a coworker and you guys are like competing for attention there. Try not to give it too much attention, but again, I do feel like there could be some competition going after this new opportunity. At the bottom, we have the Knight of Pentacles. So the Knight of Pentacles coming up twice in this column for you. This is again the card of being reliable, being patient, being hardworking. That's how you're really going to shine through. That's how you're going to come to the top, is by continuing to be reliable, continuing to put in that hard work. So just keep that in mind. I'm also hearing like just because there's an ending doesn't mean that we can like stop pushing. It's like, okay, now on to the next thing. Okay, now let's take a look at our next column, which is anything related to love. We're going to pull a love card similar to our money card to start with. It says freedom. There is nothing stopping you. The path is clear if you want it to be. Okay, Leo, in this column we're going to talk about anything related to love. Think family, friends, relationship, children, marriage, whatever you associate with love. The first card that we have is the Seven of Cups. The Seven of Cups is a card of having a lot going on. You can't really see it in this deck, but on like a traditional tarot deck, there would be something different in each of these cups. So when I see this, it's kind of like busy. I don't like the word chaos, but lots of things going on, lots of different things going on. With the Seven of Cups, this can also be a non-committal card too. So you could be in a situation where you're not quite sure if you want to commit, or perhaps another person is not sure if they want to commit. So we want to keep a pulse on this non-committal energy. We always are a little hesitant when we see non-committal energy in the love column. The next card that we have is the Queen of Cups. The Queen of Cups is very nurturing, very healing, very supportive. I feel like I don't want to say trust issues, but like trust needs to be earned here. And perhaps that's what the driver is behind this non-committal energy. I feel like you or this other person that you're interested in needs to be nurtured, needs to be supported, needs to be healed. That trust needs to be earned there. The next card that we have is the Hermit. The Hermit is about going within for clarity. With the Hermit, this is about being on your own personal path, your own personal quest. Spiritual illumination is the goal here. And we need to make sure that this feels right to you. Perhaps if you're the non-committal person, why are we feeling non-committal? Again, the Hermit's about checking in and making sure we're doing what feels good to us. The first clarifier we have for the love column is the Nine of Swords. The Nine of Swords is a card of anxiety, grief, depression, nightmares. It's kind of a card of worry. And again, I think you are either worried about committing or potentially you're kind of worried as to why the other person is being non-committal. So there's just kind of some angst as we navigate through this situation. The next clarifier we have is the Three of Pentacles. This is a card of teamwork. This is a card of collaboration. I like to see it because, again, you need that Queen of Cups energy, which is like that nurturing, that healing, that support, that trust being built. And with the Three of Pentacles, this looks very collaborative. It's like wanting to make an effort. So I think you and this other person have the interest of making an effort here, Leo. And at the bottom, we have the High Priestess. The High Priestess is a card of secrets, mysteries. In this case, I think it's kind of like the unknown. It's like you're still navigating this relationship. Perhaps it's a newer relationship. This is also a trusting your intuition, though, and trusting your gut. It kind of goes well with the Hermit of like doing what feels good to you. Okay, now let's move on to our fifth and final column here, Leo, which is a message to our future self or spirit guide. Excuse me, a message from our future self or spirit guides. Something to carry into the end of January with you. We have the card, I Am Light. I like this back-to-back light card. So again, that Hermit card is that light within you. And this card is just saying that you are the light. You definitely are being of light. People are looking to you for guidance. You're also guiding yourself forward, though. But let's see what messages we've got here. First up, we have the Four of Pentacles. The Four of Pentacles is a card of desire for long-term security. There's something right now, Leo, that you want that you don't currently have. So we're going to take a closer look at that, of course, clarify. And we have our Page of Cups. The Page of Cups is very studious, very hardworking. We're willing to work towards whatever this is that we want. But again, there is something that we want that we don't currently have. So we need to figure out how to get there. I think that's where that light's coming in, that piece of guidance. The Page of Cups can also be new love interest, so potentially some new love. That would make sense. This relationship was kind of feeling new. Again, we're still navigating there. And at the bottom here, we have the Moon card. The Moon card is a card of needing to trust your intuition. A lot of times with the Moon card, there's like something that pops up that we didn't expect. It's kind of like the curve in the road. So I always hate saying this, but it's like expect the unexpected. Obviously, you can't do that. But it's like make sure you trust your intuition to navigate things as they pop up going into January. But let's take a look here because, again, there's something that we want that we're working towards. Definitely want to make sure we're following that light, trusting our intuition. The first clarifier we have is the Two of Cups. The Two of Cups is very much so a love card. This is romantic love, partnership, proposal, marriage. It's fair to say that this desire that is not fulfilled currently potentially is relationship related. But the Two of Cups is pretty promising. Again, it's romantic love, partnership, proposal, marriage. So it does seem like it's going to come true for you, but staying patient and staying focused on what we want. Also being clear on what we want. We need to guide ourselves by being clear on what we want. The next card that we have is the Queen of Wands. The Queen of Wands is very confident, very self-assured. This makes sense. I literally just said that to you. We need to be clear on what we want. So again, be confident, be self-assured, be really clear on what we want here. And at the bottom here, we have the Queen of Swords. The Queen of Swords is very honest. This could be a card of communication, so keep that in mind. Whatever we want, whatever this desire is, make sure that we're communicating that to the universe and to this other person. And kind of trusting our intuition to navigate. Again, it's just like new. It's navigating through the newness. Okay. This card fell on the ground, so I'm going to give you this too as a closing message here, Leo. We have the Hierophant. This is a card of being very traditional, being very conventional. Look for some routine in this area. That's what I'm going to say there. Okay, at this time I'm going to give the opportunity to ask 3 yes or no questions. We're going to use our Gypsy Witch fortune telling deck. If you don't have 3 questions in mind, you can pause the video and think of them really quick. Question number 1 is the 9 of Spades. This is number 41 card. That's going to be a yes. Question number 2 is the Queen of Spades. This is number 42 card. That's going to be a yes. And question number 3, we have the Three of Hearts, the number 1 card. That's another yes. So yeses across the board there, Leo. If you watched our video earlier this month, we did pull a card from our Healing Stones deck, which is a crystal to keep with you through the month of January. You have Diamond, which is good for spiritual freedom. Light helps you think big. It really gives you that far-sightedness. And last but not least, we're going to pull a card from our Healing Notes deck. Your healing note says, to be beautiful means to be yourself. You don't need to be accepted by others. You only need to accept yourself. Thank you so much, Leo, for tuning in, watching, and listening. Please do like, comment, subscribe. Let me know how this video resonates with you. Again, subscriptions help me greatly, and you'll be notified when I post new content. But thank you again, and I hope you have a wonderful rest of your January.